Hello, my name is Cassandra Zweigert, and this is my screencast on child development. Human development is an amazing gradual process in which people change from birth through adulthood. Within this development, there's physical development, or the changes in size, body composition, chemical makeup, and height that occur as humans develop from birth to adulthood. Although people grow and change physically at different rates, researchers agree on general guidelines or expectations for changes that are common in each stage of development. There's also cognitive development. Cognition is all processes involving thinking and knowing. This is when you perceive, sense, organize, memorize, recall, reason, problem solve, and imagine. Cognitive development is the way people change and grow and how they think over the stages of life. Last, there's social emotional development. This refers to changes in the way a person's social relationships, feelings, social skills, self-esteem, gender identity, and the ways of coping with situations change over time. The social emotional processes are changes in the individual's relationships with other people, changes in emotions, and changes in personality. There are 4 basic guidelines for human development. 1, it's relatively orderly. 2, it takes place gradually. 3, it's interrelated. And 4, it varies among individuals. There are also 3 key issues in development: nature versus nurture, continuity versus discontinuity, and pedagogy versus andragogy. Heredity is the traits people are born with. This is the nature. And the environment, all the people and surroundings in somebody's life. This is nurture. The genetic versus environmental influences on development is often called the nature versus nurture debate. For most traits, other than physical characteristics, both genetics and environment play a role. It is difficult to know when nature stops and nurture begins. Continuity versus discontinuity. Development stages are relatively slow but steady. This process is called continuity, and it goes up in a cone shape like this. The process of development that is spurred by abrupt changes is called discontinuity, which is more stair-stepped, like shows in this illustration. Pedagogy versus andragogy. Some believe that human growth and development relies heavily on another person guiding or mentoring you. This is the teacher or parent-directed method of learning, referred to as pedagogy. On the other hand, andragogy, some believe that development is self-directed from the earliest stages of infancy. This is the belief that children interact with their environment very early in life, directing learning as growth and change occur. Now I'd like to talk about adolescence, as that's primarily the age that I will be dealing with as a high school FACS teacher. This is ages 11 through 19. This is a stage in life when humans go through the transforming process of changing from children to adults. This time includes puberty, growth spurts, and physical changes. Adolescents begin to think differently from children. They think faster and can come up with multiple solutions to problems. They can think creatively and abstractly about open-minded questions. Piaget believed that this is the time of metacognition, meaning they can now think about thinking. They're also going through great times of brain development. The prefrontal cortex regulates emotion and impulse control. Actions of adolescents are usually guided by emotions. They are more likely than adults to act on impulse. Kohlberg felt like they were in the state level 2 of his moral development, which is called conventional morality. They are now making moral decisions on ways other people perceive them, as well as for respect for laws and regulations. They start thinking about society as a whole in this stage of life. Erikson believed they are in the identity versus role confusion stage of his psychosocial development. This is when the task during this stage is to integrate multiple roles. They are on a quest to establish identity and life roles. If this does not happen, they will have role confusion exists. Adolescents at this point are trying to balance family relationships, peer pressure, extracurricular activities, dating, cultural influences, and sometimes even depression and suicide. Thank you for listening to my screencast on child development.